temple, your tears rinse my feet. I walk out, I'm able to carry your peace. It reminds me of a song that I heard long ago. Maybe I've always known that you were right there. A simple melody playing over and over in my dreams. Don't cry no more, my dear. Don't you cry no more. I'll be waiting here, my dear. I'll be at your door. Do you hear me knocking? Do you hear my drum to draw you from your fortress that's been overcome? 'Cause you've been hiding in the shadows of the rubble and debris, and you're still living through a battle. It's been done for many weeks, but listen for the sounds of restoration coming from the streets. Let it remind you you're still alive. Yeah, there's still life up in them bones. Don't dwell on the casualties. For your heart was meant to roam, so watch the company you keep. They will drag you under where the dead are found. Don't give in to slumber, press on through the higher ground. 'Cause you've been stranded in the valley of the hopeless and the dead, and you're still haunted by the ghosts who left you stuck there where you stand. But may these words bring revelation, lifting you up out this wretched land. Yeah, let it remind you you're still alive. Hey.
Oh my goodness. What's up, everybody? We are live finally, and we're back. We are in the Lion's Den, and we appreciate everybody. I see you guys in the chat, with your messages and everything. We missed you guys too. It's been a minute. We've never taken that long of a break, but we couldn't stream because we were not in the country. We were on tour and we were moving around and moving and shaking. But we're going to talk about some stuff. We're glad to see you guys. We are in the building. You're watching Young Lion TV. Let's go.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding.
Yeah. What's up? We're Young Lion TV. Man, I missed that intro, bro. You haven't heard that in a while. Young Lion. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Man, we was definitely repping Young Lions while we were away. I appreciate you guys for holding us down. We saw you guys with the messages, and we saw a lot of people joining the private group while we were gone. We're just happy to be back. Shout out to all the Young Lions in the chat already. I see Theris in there. I see Jess. I see Emma. I see Paul. I see Lisa. I see Jeff. All of the Young Lions, the Patreon members, they came in to rep. We appreciate y'all, man. He said y'all were over there with the real Lions. That's right, man. We were, man. We were. It was an amazing experience to be in the motherland. We have some great memories. We got some great visual that we are excited to share with everybody because we're going to be doing a little music video for Grateful that we got a lot of footage while we were in South Africa. Some cool stuff. Some cool stuff while we were in Durban. Some cool stuff while we were in Johannesburg, and we went to Soweto to Nelson Mandela's house. And we got some cool footage out there of some Zulu tribe dancers and some kids dancing, and it was cool stuff, man. We got some footage of kids at soccer practice, like dope stuff. We're excited. We're gonna put together a nice video, but
it really makes you appreciate where you are in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see these kids with this trash ball. Dudes would be complaining, no net. You're on dirt fields with, it's just bumpy and they're having a good time.
They have a makeshift goal only on one side of the field.
Yeah.
The other side is just nothing, and they're just like in a dirt/grass lot and playing with like a rubber gym ball.
Some of their cleats were like terrible.
Yeah. And you're watching them have a great time and love life, and they were like so welcoming to us as well. They see us because we were in a restaurant and we see these kids playing soccer, like, yo, we gotta go film this. And we run out there, and as soon as they see us, they're like posing for the camera. They're like, saying hi, waving. They were cool, man. The people out there were so nice, man. And I gotta give a shout out to Talani, who was one of the organizers of the tour. He made sure we were taken care of, and he was ripping and running around for us. And our boy Kulani, who we met, who started out as one of the drivers for another guy that hooked us up, was Baroka, who was the owner of the driver company, who had us in Mercedes the whole time. Like, we was riding nice. Kolani, who we became really cool with, had a lot of conversations. He told us a lot about the culture of Africa, and they actually are the ones that took us to the restaurant where we ate the beef tongue. And,
the beef tongue was delicious.
It really was.
The tripe, though.
Yeah.
Not what you expected.
The tripe wasn't like the tripe in pho.
Not the tripe in pho.
It was different. But before we talk about all of that stuff, we got to get back to our intros, man, because we're back in the building.
Oh yeah.
We're back in the building. So I got with me this evening, I got my Asian brother who I've seen every day for the past month.
Still not tired of you.
Not tired of you either, man. I was happy to see you today when I came in. We were working out together, eating together.
I wish we could do that every day.
I know,
Right?
praying together, everything.
Oh,
Like
so
it was a great trip, man. So I got my Asian brother, Mr. Simone Chang, in the building. He's here, of course.
What up, guys?
And I got with me the Black Batman is in the building.
Yo.
I see you got your utility bag there. You got any goodies in there?
Yeah, just a little energy drink.
Oh, okay. I know you usually pull out some tricks from there.
I like his
They're
shirt.
tricks.
What does it say?
I'd smoke that.
I'd smoke that.
And it's a picture
It's
of
a
a pig.
picture
with all
of a
the-
pig.
And for those of you guys who don't know, Stan makes the best brisket. I'm not even
he really
saying.
does.
We've traveled the world and
Yes.
we've eaten barbecue everywhere.
Appreciate
Yes.
it. Appreciate it.
And
No,
I'm telling
honestly.
you, honestly, dude,
Everywhere, and when we go places, that people always say, "You gotta have
you
the
gotta
brisket
go
here and try." it."
We were on the strip on
Yeah.
the what's that street in Memphis
Uh,
where it's like known for
yeah,
barbecue.
yeah.
We ate brisket there, bro. I'm not
Stan's
even
is
touching
better,
yours, bro. I'm telling
Stan's
you.
is better, yo.
That's what's up.
We've been spoiled.
I'm not even saying that because you're my brother. I'm
Right.
saying that because it's the truth.
I mean,
it's better.
Stan knows we
Better and better.
We keep
Yeah.
it real.
We are some critics.
We keeps it real when it comes to food.
Maybe
We are
you
some
shouldn't do that
critics.
again.
We be like, "Oh, you're getting there, you're getting there." But that brisket at such and such though, like that's what the conversation would be. But
That's true.
but yeah, Stan is in the building, and of course we got producing this evening. We got my mother. She's everybody's mother. She's our favorite producer in the world.
What up?
We missed her a lot. She helped me out so much on this trip. Miss Angelique Lopez is in the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Before we get into all of that, though, also I got to mention the Patreon, because we do have a bunch of Patreon members watching right now, and they have been going hard with the support, helping out a lot, holding things down for us so we can keep this thing going. It's not easy to stay consistent with something all the time, and try to really we want to do it more. And if it was possible, we would really, really do it more. So shout out to the Patreon members. We got Lisa, Theris, Jess, Jeff, Courtney, Emma, Paul, all you guys supporting. We appreciate y'all. We really, really love y'all. And we thank you for your support. Mom, too, because Mom is a Patreon member. She's not officially a part of Patreon. She does it through Cash App because she doesn't want to pay those Patreon fees. But I appreciate the thriftiness. But yeah, if you want to become
I'm not
a
paying
member,
the man.
if you want to support what we're doing as the Young Lion community, as you can see, like we have a real tight knit community where we pray for each other, we take care of one another. A lot of people end up coming to our church after they become a member of the Patreon. They end up coming to our church and being a part of that. So that's a cool thing. But if you want to support that, go to patreon.com/youngliontv. Become a member for as little as $3 a month. You can sign up and support the cause of a bunch of men who like to come together and talk about life, talk about what's going on in the world. A lot going on right now. And we're going to need you to catch us up on some stuff too, Stan, because we've been out the loop. But a lot of stuff going on. And we talk about all that. We talk about culture, politics, life. We talk about relationships, dating, just fatherhood, all these things from the perspective of followers of Jesus Christ, and also just men who made a lot of mistakes in life and learn from them and want to help other young men and women not make those mistakes as fathers ourselves and husbands and all of those things. As leaders, we just want to continue to help people learn from those mistakes. So James and Jake couldn't be here tonight because they are preoccupied with both of them dealing with family situations. The kids and Jake's wife. Prayers go out to Jake's wife who just had a surgery. So praying for her. They are, our hearts are with them. So man, we'll see them next time, Jake and James. But we're here. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Yeah. Also, if you want to get the merch, you see, I'm rocking the Young Lion shirt and the hat. You can get that on our merch store, which is in the description below. All the stuff is, it's just representing the pride of the young lions. It's something that we're also trying to expand. So Mon has on the fatigue version of the hat. If you flip over to him, Mom.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's got that version. And then behind them, you see the towel right there, and there's a book bag behind them. We got mugs. We got all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you can support in that way as well. That kind of just gets the word out there, though. We really don't make money off the merch. But we also have a song, Grateful, that just came out not too long ago. We performed that all over South Africa, which was dope.
Do you have that, like a video on that, of that?
Video of us performing it.
Yeah, that one.
We have a little clip of that. I think I could show. Let me see.
I'd love to see it.
Gotta go. You didn't see that?
No,
Oh, I think it was on our Facebook.
I haven't seen
Just
anything.
a little-
The only thing I saw was the
snippet.
lion,
Just a little snippet I put together.
Animal Kingdom or whatever you were at. And I saw
The hungry lioness.
Yeah, we weren't at the animal kingdom, Mom. We were in the actual wild.
Yeah, I know.
Where
You had to stay in your cars, of course.
well, yeah, we were in an open vehicle though, which was crazy because the elephants, the big family of elephants came right up to the car.
You can almost touch them.
Yeah,
Not
and-
even joking.
And they could have like you when they come close, you can see how massive they are and how strong they are and how they could easily just trample us in that vehicle, bro.
Did any of them have the husk?
They all
Oh,
did,
yeah.
All of them?
bro. Huge,
Huge ivory.
Dude, like,
huge, bro.
I really saw how like social and how like when what do you call them, a herd?
Yeah,
They are so social, right? That you see the young elephants, right? There was we came across two herds.
yeah.
There was the second one. There was like these teenage elephants that were just playing around while the rest of them had already passed us.
They were wrestling each
They
other.
were wrestling each other in like the water, and then you saw the older one come over there, like, "Yo, come on, let's go." It's time to
It
go.
came over there and made a little noise, grunting noise.
Yeah.
and
Oh
the
my
guide was like,
gosh.
"That elephant is telling those two to come on."
Oh my goodness.
And then you see them stop and go and follow the rest of them.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Was
Yeah.
it you know if it was the male or female that came back?
It was a male that
Male
came
that
back to get them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch that dynamic. And then there was like the little baby ones that the baby ones are when they're that small, they're only like a week old because they're like wobbling around.
I got a really good picture of
Still
like
big,
National
though, right?
Geographic picture.
Yeah, yeah. Mon and John were getting some good shots, man. Why can't I find this reel? Didn't I post it on Facebook? Or did I
It
not
was
post that on Facebook?
Instagram.
It was only on Instagram.
Oh, yeah,
think
'cause
you
I
only-
didn't
I
see
think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's where I seen it was Instagram.
dang! I never posted that on Facebook.
Well, you can still do it.
Yeah, no, I need to.
Yeah, but it was awesome though performing. Man, like packed crowds performing our song.
Sorry.
That wasn't it.
No, I'm trying to find it on TikTok now. Because I know I posted it on TikTok.
See, I came
Yeah.
across a lioness too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny. Dave tells this story. Like you see, we were trying to track the lion, you know, like because the lady that's giving it the guide, they talk to each other to see, oh, the lion was here chilling by the you know, this tree or whatever like that. We ended up getting there, but it was like kind of far, but you see something like walking, and then the birds were just like,
Bro, they knew there was a
They
lion
knew.
around because when there's a lion, and this is a testament to the young lions, right? When there's a lion in the midst, all the other animals are paying attention. They all stop and they're like looking.
Yeah.
We saw all the tall ass giraffes, right? They're eating, they're just chilling. Then all of a sudden they all freeze and look
They
in
freeze.
one direction. They were all frozen, bro. They were frozen just watching this lion because if it comes towards them, they
It's
take it
time to
off.
go.
Yeah. And then as the lion's walking through the bushes, all you see is birds just
birds
fling.
are just getting out the
Like
way.
the little guineas that don't fly, they run. So you just see them
Scatter.
taking
They
off,
Scatter
scattering
all
everywhere.
over. It was,
Like, and the lion wasn't paying them no mind. It was just
it's just
walking.
respected.
Yeah, it's just like when I come, everybody runs, everybody
the
pays
way.
attention. Like That's power right there.
Wow.
Because even like the rhinos don't have that respect. The hippos,
Right.
you know, but the lion, bro, like every animal is watching, paying attention, worried about where that lion is.
Wow.
Wait until the Lion of Judah comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every knee shall
Amazing.
bow.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
All right, here I found it on TikTok.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta pull up the desktop center.
Okay.
The screen logo looked like it was a part of your shirt.
Yeah, it did. Okay, try now. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yes.
Getting the chills.
That's it. It's just a small clip
That's so
of
nice.
it. But yeah, I mean, huge crowds.
Wow.
We sang Grateful and they loved it.
Yeah.
We had people singing it. We had people clapping. You know, people basically feeling the spirit while we were doing it.
Yeah.
Even in Oakland when we did
Yeah.
it. We did it in Oakland at
There
Yoshi's.
was people just like praising.
Yeah. While we're performing this song. Yeah.
It was
So that was cool.
Awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So South Africa
Thank
was
you.
was
Thank
cool.
you to Mr. Jackson for letting us open.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Freddie,
Yeah, that's
someone
big.
laid it on Freddie's heart to let us do some songs, you know. And he actually, it was funny because I think this tour and spending this time with him, like it really did something for the whole organization. It opened him up to even more of who we are
Yeah.
and how we have his back and how, like, you know, we're not here to hurt him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think he felt that, and he was thanking us. And like Moan said, after
Yeah.
the last date, when he said bye to you.
Yeah, yeah. At the airport, actually, in the car, he was like, "Simone, come here." He's like, he gave me a big hug. He was like, "Tell everybody that I love them and I love you."
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you can feel the
Mm-hmm.
gratefulness, and
Yeah.
that was the whole theme of
Wow.
this trip, like just being grateful, and
Yeah.
you felt that from everybody.
That's great.
I was thinking about this when we were talking about it at church. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. Gotta find it. Where is it? All right, I'll just pull it up in iTunes. All right, let me pull this up. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. The cover of Grateful. And when we first were coming up with the idea, I don't think we even understood. I mean, I want to make this bigger so everybody could see it, but I don't know how to do that right now.
You still got the JPEG of it?
Yeah, I do, but I couldn't find it real quick. I was trying to find it. Let me see.
Is it in your photos, Moon?
Probably.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to make it bigger. But if you look at the cover of Grateful, we'll just talk about it for those that are watching or just listening or whatever. If you look at the cover of Grateful, it is what looks like a boy who is standing in the midst of destruction and desolation and chaos.
I just texted to you.
Okay. You can pull it down, Mom, while I pull this text up. All send it to. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, there it is. Bear with us, guys. We're trying to
On the fly.
we're trying to make a point here. We're trying to make a point here about what this trip was. Okay, so here we go. Now we got it.
Okay.
So this is the album cover here, the single cover for Grateful, and we did it with AI, but the idea was, and this is the crazy part. I put into the AI generator, make me an image that depicts gratefulness, and it spit out. This was one of the images it spit out. Like like I did a few, but this is the one of them that it spit out, which is so interesting to me because it's like you can see it looks like what looks like a boy who's in the middle of chaos, but he's looking up to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And in the midst of everything that we were going through on this trip, when we first tried to leave, and a lot of people don't know this, that our first night heading to South Africa, we were all excited. We know we're about to embark on this long flight across the Atlantic Ocean, and we flew to Atlanta first. And then on the plane, when we left Atlanta,
You didn't lose your...
no
No
passports were lost.
passports.
No passports were lost.
We were joking to him about that.
Everybody was saying
got
that.
your passport, Jay?
You got your passport? Yeah. No, but something interesting happened. A woman on the plane sitting right across from Simone
me. Yeah.
starts to have an anxiety attack an hour into the flight over the ocean. Now, the first thing we noticed was them announce over the speakers, is there a doctor on the plane?
Nurse or a doctor.
A nurse or a doctor on the plane. And when they announced that, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What is happening right now? And then I just got that feeling like this is not going, something smooth is not, this is not going to be as smooth as we thought it was, right? And then, about probably like an hour goes by. We see a doctor tending to this woman, and then they move her to the back of the plane. And then an hour goes by, and then they come on the announcement again, and they say, the medical situation has not improved. We're going to have to turn the flight around and go back to Atlanta for a medical emergency.
Wow.
So
2 hours into the flight.
2 hours into the flight.
Middle of the Atlantic.
Right. Because their thinking is it's going to be another 13 hours before we get to where we're going.
Yeah.
If this gets even worse, we don't want that to happen, so we have to turn around now. So then they turn around, and everyone, of course, is thinking like, okay, we're going to turn around, get this woman off the plane, and then we're heading back, baby. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So no one is it's like, okay, we lost 2 hours, fine. At least they caught it now.
Right.
So they land the plane back in Atlanta, and then they make an announcement like, we're going to taxi to the gate, and then we're going to allow medical personnel to get on to get the woman off before anybody gets off, and then we're going to await further instructions. Okay, cool. We'll get the woman off, and then we go back. Get on up in that air. Get back on our way. So as soon as the medical personnel, well, first of all, I noticed, and I know you noticed, that they go back, they rush in the plane, they rush in. They go back there, they do some stuff, they check her vitals, and then they nonchalantly kind of just waltz off the plane. She walks in front of them and walks off the plane, says bye to a few people, and everybody's kind of like, what kind of medical emergency? And they walk off the plane, and then one of the like management of the airport or Delta comes on the plane, is like, listen, y'all, this flight is no longer going to go to South Africa. So we're canceling this flight out. Everyone's going to have to exit the plane. We're going to put you in hotels, and we're going to find you flights to send everybody back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everyone needs to exit the plane right now.
What?
Bro. And it was like, what? Matter of fact, I got video of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy, bro. They made everyone get off the plane. So then the people working the desk are expecting chaos.
Yeah.
So they got attitudes. The immediate, like, long ass line of people trying to get on new flights to get wherever because this is one of the biggest planes. This is like
It's like 300 plus people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you just cancel?
It's not even 2 rows, bro. It's like
Right.
a row
Jumbo?
and then 4 seats in the middle, and it's packed.
yeah,
Wow.
more than 4. I think it was 5 seats and 3 on each side, right, and then 5 in the middle, right.
Was it 5? No, I think it's 4 in the
4
middle.
in the middle?
4 in the
Yeah.
middle. I know because it was the same plane going and
Yeah, it was crazy. Now they want to rebook us on these flights.
and it's hard because
For us,
there's 12 of us
there's 12 of us,
traveling.
and they're gonna try to fit us on like
Separate planes?
they wanted to put us on. They were like, well, we can book you tomorrow on a flight that goes to LA, and then it goes to Paris, and then it goes to.
And then 14 hours in Paris.
Yeah.
And
Then you have to sit in Paris for 14 hours
Yeah.
and then fly down to.
my goodness.
And
Wow.
but that would only be able to fit like 3 of us, and then they put another 3 on another plane. Like it was about to be like it got
But what
crazy.
happened to that plane? That
Yeah,
they couldn't-
like the pilots
just-
obviously didn't have anywhere to go but South Africa. Like,
So apparently there is FAA regulations on how long people can be on their job. Like they have a limit. There's a limit on how long a pilot can be in the air, how long they can be on
crew,
duty,
yeah.
the crew. So once they hit that threshold,
over.
it's a wrap. So that 15 once we turned around,
yeah, it's
there's
still
no way they
clocking.
can make that 15-hour journey because they would be over the threshold.
Right.
So then they would then when we landed, apparently when they found out we were going back, they were trying to find an emergency crew to man this flight, but that's not a normal flight. That's a
Right.
15-hour flight.
Yeah.
So to find a crew in the middle, it was 2:00 in the morning at that point.
Right.
They couldn't find any crew. So that plane just sat there.
Wow.
And the other thing is there's only a couple planes in Delta's fleet that are that size.
Mm-hmm.
So to even get
Yeah, that
another
big,
plane,
yeah.
so it was just one of those situations where, okay, we're going to have to figure this out, and we're going to have to like trust God. And even though, and it was hard, bro. Like we're trapped in the airport, not knowing what's going to happen. They're talking about they're going to put us up in a hotel, but that's,
gotta get
that's going to
there.
be chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do with our bags?
Yeah.
Freddie is dealing with his medical situation, so he has a bunch of medicine. We had like 5 suitcases full of Freddie's medicine, and so
Wow, 5 suitcases.
yeah. So now we got to go get all the bags. We got to make sure we
you
get
have
these
all
bags
of them, yeah.
because they want us to keep the bags there, and then they're gonna put them on whatever flight they book for us. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Can't trust that.
But the baggage claim for international flights don't open till 6 a.m.
Wow.
So we had to sit in the airport till 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
to then go and try to claim our bags, and then get those, and then try to go to the hotels that they booked for us. So keep the story going. We do that. We sit there, and the whole time we're doing that, we're looking up flights. We're trying to find our
Trying to
own
find
flights. We're
something
trying
to
to
get
find
out,
something
yeah.
on different airlines. Like we're talking to the bookers, trying to get them to like look for other flights on other airlines. Like forget these Delta flights; they don't have nothing. There was a whole 300 people trying to book other
The
Delta
same,
flights.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 12 of us ain't getting on no Delta flight. So
Right.
we're talking to them, trying to find another flight. So we end up getting our bags at 6 a.m. and then They're like, you can catch a shuttle to. They sent us emails for our confirmations for the hotels, which they sent us to some like dingy
Trash,
motel. Like, they're not gonna put you up nowhere nice.
I thought they
No
were to,
Hilton.
put us up where we stay all the time,
Yeah.
right next to the airport.
Right.
Didn't somebody say that the hotel they put you in was construction was?
There was still
Construction.
construction
Oh
happening.
my lord!
In like the main foyer area. It was just like, but the again, in the midst of the chaos, we kept saying, we kept singing it, grateful, because it was like
We gotta-
reminding us that to trust God
Right.
no matter what. Like,
Wow.
and that was, remember the message at church was about when Jesus said, "Be anxious for nothing."
Right.
You know what I mean? But in all things.
In prayer and supplication, giving thanks unto God.
Right. Giving thanks unto God, giving thanksgiving, being grateful, right? And then we talked about that video that Jake found where they said that anxiety and gratefulness are processed in the same part of the brain. But it's all a matter of which
The two
one you
can't
choose.
exist-
They can't exist simultaneously.
Wow.
It's like darkness and light can't
Yeah.
exist simultaneously. So if you choose to turn on that light, the darkness is gone. If you choose to turn on that gratefulness, anxiety's gone. But if you choose to live in that anxiety, gratefulness doesn't exist there. So we had to keep telling ourselves that because you feel yourself getting pulled into complaining, getting pulled into what is going on, even getting pulled into defeat, because it got to the point where if we don't find a flight in the next hour or so, we're going to miss the first show. We were already thinking like, well, maybe we could do the last two shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
We were that close. I like, there was a moment where I was like, wow,
we may
I
not,
don't think we're going.
this whole Africa thing may not happen.
Yeah. When I felt like that, though, I just started praying.
But
Yeah.
you made all
this
the
is-
shows.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at that. That's grateful.
Yeah.
But
That's
this
a
is what
miracle.
this is what we're getting to. So,
Yeah.
and not only
And
that,
this is the first night.
we didn't even leave the U.S.
Yeah.
yet. We didn't even leave the U.S.
You were 2
Yo, it
hours
was so
in the
funny.
air. And then,
If you look at our stories, we're all
John
all
has,
like,
John has a
"Hey,
video
going on
Yeah,
the
John
airplane."
has a video chronologically showing how like we're all excited to get on the plane. We're like, yeah, South Africa, baby. And then in the airport after we deboarded the plane, we all sitting there.
2 o'clock in the morning. Like,
Yeah, just like
Everybody
defeated,
tired.
tired, just upset.
man, like, why'd the lady get on the plane if she knew she couldn't take that,
Bro.
that long? of
Dude,
a
it was
flight?
a-
But everybody was mad at that lady, bro.
yo,
Everybody.
the
It's
medical,
not a secret though.
the medical, like, first of all, like, I was directly across from her. The whole time I was like, she doesn't even look like she's that bad. Like,
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, maybe it was bad.
Right,
But then once we got off the plane, the medics actually walked away from her and she was laughing
Yep.
on her computer.
Maybe they just wanted to go back and not finish the flight.
She went.
She-
She ended up going
Going
the-
where?
to South Africa.
wow.
No, I'm talking about the pilots.
The crew?
The crew. Maybe they just said,
See, now that's the other thing. Now, we forgot to mention this part. Before we took off, we were delayed on the tarmac for like an hour because there was mechanical issues.
And they announced it.
They announced it on the loudspeaker.
Oh,
And
sorry.
there was something going on with the computer system.
Oh boy.
You know how they're on the flight. They're like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, mechanical issue.
We're just waiting for our computers to act right. If they don't get fixed, our plane will fly upside down. So
we're just waiting for the time
Yeah.
that we have to say we
Yeah.
can't do it.
But we're used to it though.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
we
my
hear
God.
that stuff, but somebody who's like nervous about it, it's like
It will, yeah.
yeah, it got her like,
Nervous.
oh my goodness. And then we hit turbulence, right?
yeah,
Like an hour and a half into it, it started like being a little bumpy.
it was pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So that
Added on.
on.
Now, the woman that ended up on that second flight that we took to Cape Town, she was on that flight too, and we were talking to her about how crazy it was, and she was saying she believes that the pilots weren't comfortable taking the rest of that flight
Right.
because of the whatever was going on, and they used that as the excuse. You know what I mean? Which could be the case. Could be the case because they were having those, like the computer is everything on these planes nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah.
If they noticed they were having some glitches and we got a whole ocean to fly over, that's why I kept saying like,
and they
listen,
can't admit that,
right?
because
then
it's a
people
whole
looking at lawsuits, you know, or reimbursements, refund money because people missed weddings, you know, because of that.
Yeah, the couple behind me were like, "Oh, we're gonna miss that wedding."
Yeah, so I kept saying that to everybody too. Like, you don't know, maybe God, that was God saving us from something bigger that we don't even know. Like, let's just. That's why I kept saying, let's be grateful. We're here. We have the ability to still go.
Right.
God's gonna work it out. But this is another thing that happened. So once we got to the crappy motel that they put us in, right? I'm going up to the front to like see, all right, we got these confirmation numbers. Okay, we're supposed to have rooms. Boom, boom. The girl takes my ID. She's like, okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, I have this room for you, king size bed. Boom, and then she's like, how are all of y'all gonna fit in this one room?
Oh no!
And I was like,
it was 12 of us, bro.
I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, they put one room on all of y'all names. So Delta, I'm gonna say this, Delta canceled that flight on us and then put all of us under one booking reservation.
Wow.
For one room for all 12 of us.
So how did they fix that?
They didn't. We ended up just we just hung out. Our dudes ended up that one of the guys that traveled with us, who was friends with the promoter, Marcus, he was with us. He ended up just buying 2 more rooms, and we just kind of used those to get changed, wash up, take showers, and then while we were in the middle of doing that, they were still looking for flights, and they finally found a flight that was going to take us to Amsterdam from Atlanta, and then to Cape Town instead of Johannesburg.
But we weren't all together.
Right. I'm getting there. So one of the stipulations was Dave said, like, listen, don't put us on no flights and separating us. We all want to be together.
Just in case something happens.
Just in case something happens. Like, we don't want to be split up.
Together,
yeah. So they assured us, you know, you're all on the same flight. We got this flight booked. And Dave calls me and we have a meeting. And he's like, listen, because everybody was feeling down. Everybody's feeling defeated. We're in this crappy hotel eating this disgusting breakfast they had
in one room
because everybody was starving. You know how they have those
the continental breakfast,
bro. But it was like
worse than
one of the worst, bro.
It was somebody stop at the supermarket before you come in.
on styrofoam plates, bro. Like, bro, it was.
You got the jackhammer going off, and
yes. So Dave calls us because he's at and there's like him and Freddie were booked at a different hotel than us because they're on a different confirmation than us.
Right.
So, but their thing was when they got to their hotel told them that their booking got canceled because they didn't come fast enough. Because remember, we stayed at the airport to get the bags. Yeah. So because we didn't come right away to the hotel, they canceled out the booking. So he had to buy rooms for him and Freddie.
Oh my God.
So he calls me in the morning and he's like, listen, they got these flights. I need you to ask the fellas, do y'all still want to do this? Do y'all still want to go? We're going to have to take this flight to Amsterdam and then fly to Cape Town and then fly to Johannesburg. So it's going to be more flying. Do y'all want to still do this, or do y'all want to just go home and call it a day? He was like, if y'all go home, I'll give you a little bit of the money that y'all are supposed to make. Or you can go and we can, if we get there, we'll have to get there. And this is the other thing. We originally were going to get there a couple days early so we could have some time to acclimate to the 6-hour time difference and then go do the shows. So we were going to have to get there, go to sound check, and then do the show. From a
it's just a normal show now.
From a 30-hour
from 30 hours of traveling.
Right.
You know?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
So you know, but my guys are about it. You know what I mean? And everybody believes in God and everybody trusts God. So we talked about it. and everybody was like, "Yo, let's do it, man! Like, we got to do this." And I felt like that was the tipping point
Yeah.
for when things changed. Now that didn't end all the trials,
Right.
but because right after that we decided to do it, we get the flight confirmations, and we're all like because now we got to scramble to get our stuff packed to get to the airport to catch
Yeah,
this
to
new
catch the
flight.
Yeah.
So we're getting all of our confirmations in our thing, and then we notice, wait, Moan's not on our flight.
Yeah. And it was hard to even notice something like that. I just thought because everybody was on different confirmations.
Yep.
So I checked into my flight already.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, I found out that, I was on a different flight earlier than them. Just me.
Yep.
But even with that, though, like, I felt like I was equipped to handle something like that emotionally.
Right.
Not to say, my guys are, some of the guys are.
Well, that was one of the concerns. Is from I'm not gonna call them out, but from one of the people in the because they like when Dave asked us that, there was a couple concerns. It was just like, well, Jake's concern was, are we gonna be able to get food and stuff, because we weren't planning on spending money on food. They were taking care of everything when we got there, so now we got to spend money on food. So Dave was like, "No, I'm gonna make sure everybody's good." And then somebody else was like, "I just want to make sure that I'm not left behind traveling by myself." and we were assured that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Just so happens that they lied to us, and Moan was booked on his own, and it just so happened to be him.
Yeah.
Was booked on his own flight an hour ahead of us, so he was going to have to fly to Amsterdam. We meet him in Amsterdam and then go to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Which is what we ended up doing. So he had to fly out by himself, took it like a champ, of course, and then we met in Amsterdam.
Yep.
At the airport.
At the airport.
Okay.
And the other thing was, Dave and Freddie had first class suites on this other plane.
The
The whole
Private.
you can lay down.
it's like the bed. You can put your legs up.
All of that got canceled out when they had to get put on other flights.
Yeah.
So Dave and Freddie, Dave had to ride in a middle seat all the way to Johannesburg, bro. To Cape Town. So that was
11 hours.
11-hour flight from Amsterdam.
11
Yes.
plus.
That's a lot.
11 and some change.
In between who?
We all were
just
we all
random
were in
people.
middle
Oh,
seats.
wow.
Actually.
I had an aisle.
aisle.
But I was in the last seat in the plane, bro. The very last seat in the plane in an aisle, just
Wow.
But then didn't Jake say that the lady behind him?
the lady behind Jake and Rob, next to Jake and Rob, started having an anxiety attack.
When does that happen? Two people.
2 times.
Yeah.
Not
separate
on the
flights.
Amsterdam flight, on the flight going to Johannesburg. And immediately they started praying. And then it was dealt with. But she started having a panic, like to the point where they had to deal with her, like the staff. So
Wow.
dude, something was trying to
get us
stop us
not to
from
go.
going.
There,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
And it was evident that we had to remain grateful. I mean, I'm glad Mom has not taken down the cover the whole time we've been talking.
Yeah.
It's we're talking about all that chaos that was going on.
Right. The storm below.
Right.
Walk into the light.
There
Yeah.
said Delta should be ashamed.
But you know what? You're right. Maybe God was holding you back from something drastic happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm always like, when you guys go away, I always pray. Like, Lord, protect them, send angels,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that God hears,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and He must have done that, even though it was, hectic and crazy. But look, you went through it, you got it done.
Yeah.
You're back home, praise God.
But that's what I'm saying. So then, the immediateness of how amazing everything became once we landed, once we got there.
Yeah.
We were so tired and worn out from the travel, but we were just met with this amazing experience. And like, then everything started just clicking, falling into place.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing things were happening.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna play some of these videos.
Wow, that's awesome.
Because just to show y'all what we're talking about. Hold on. Come on. Oh, I gotta exit out of this.
I mean, almost every day I felt like we were met with something where we had to fight our mental. I know even to the last day, actually, which became like in Africa, one of the biggest show. I felt like the response was crazy.
Yep.
Sound check was ridiculous.
Horrible. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Where some of the dudes, not mentioning any names, were like felt a little defeated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where we didn't know what was going to go on during the show, but it ended up being
The best show.
The best show. Because we prayed and we try to remain grateful.
So this is just me documenting when we had to leave the plane. You can pull this up, Mom.
This is the first one.
This is the first. This was the flight that they canceled. It's 1:54 a.m. We are currently deboarding the plane. We had to turn around and fly back to Atlanta because of a medical emergency, and they are canceling out the flight for everyone and telling us they're going to rebook people for tomorrow. Not a good sign. Okay.
Not a good sign.
Hold on, let me exit out of this. And then let's go to the next one. Oh, that was the flight to Johannesburg. I caught Jordan snoring next to me.
Is that on the plane?
That's
It's
on
in
the. This is when this was the second flight to Johannesburg after Amsterdam. So this is on the plane. This was just a funny video.
You guys are sitting next to each other.
Oh my god.
Hold up. Okay, this is when we were on our way to Amsterdam, I believe. Yeah, see, I'm in the there we go. When you end up in the very last seat in the plane.
We got that exclusive.
Me, Jake, and Jordan, the last seats.
Crazy.
You see how this sign is right above us?
Many who are first shall be last. Save the best. Save the best. They save the best for last. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
Sure.
I mean, this is how it goes sometimes. You get that favor. The latter will be greater.
We're just happy to be on our way after our flight got turned around last night. Yeah, but isn't it funny? The first shall be last.
First shall be last.
Bro. But you can see, like, amidst all of that, we were just trying to, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Be grateful with the fact that, all of the seats that we spent so much time picking out our seats right where we wanted them. I got this
That
good
don't
seat
matter.
right here. Boom. Nah, bro.
Erased all that out.
Everything got erased, bro. We were, bro, every time the food tray got to us, because on them long flights they give you meals and stuff, they would be like, "This is all we have left, sir." Because they usually you can hear them at the front, like, "Would you like beef, chicken, or fish?" They're coming all the way down, and we're thinking like, "I think I'm gonna try the beef this time, man. Try that beef, because I heard the beef in the store is better.
I'm gonna get it rare this time."
Right. Then they get to us, they be like, "This is all we have, sir." And it'd be
Sir,
like,
we don't have beef, chicken, or fish.
It would just be pasta. It would be like, all we have left is pasta, sir.
All we have is gravy for
Should have
you,
bought
sir.
better seats. Sir, we have some peanuts left. Should have bought better seats. You can see, like, look at this. Put this up again, Bob. You see this? You see this handicap sign? You see where I'm sitting right up against the bathroom. Yeah, so.
That's the last seat.
Yeah.
It's a long flight. Somebody blow it up.
Yeah, buddy. And then the flight attendants were making it worse because they were talking to us back there, and like everyone heard about what happened. Like this was everyone in Delta knew. So they were like talking to y'all were on that flight, and then they're like, I would have been pissed.
You were on that flight, but you're getting some peanuts.
I mean, there's nothing they could do. It wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
No, I know,
all the good
but
food ran out by the time they got to.
They should have run out.
Yeah, that's the
heck,
They
man?
should have it. No, they should have took care of y'all first. And I had
Nah,
to wait
bro.
for that thing.
Yeah, but I mean, so even though all that happened, like I said, once we got there, bro, like things started lining up that we never expected. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the promoters ended up really taking a liking to us and Dave and us specifically. And then Dave sent them Grateful and they loved it. They started sending it out to the radio stations and stuff like that.
Nice.
Then I'm talking to Tulani, shout out to Tulani, and he's one of the guys, one of the promoters for the tour. And he's just talking to me one day and he's like, yeah, I want to go to the States, and one of the places I really want to visit is Philadelphia. And I was like, oh, really? We live right by Philly. He was like, yeah, man, I'm such a fan of Gamble and Huff.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, especially Leon Huff. I love like I Ain't Jiving, I'm Jamming. And I was like, are you serious, man? I said, bro, like we work with Huff. I worked on his last album. I know Huff really well. Like, I said, yo, when Dave comes down, I'm gonna he could actually put you on the phone with Huff. And he was like, really? Are you? No, he said, this is what they say. Is it? Is it? And I was like, yes. And then we started talking about Huff and started talking about like how he's one of the most underrated producers and musicians, blah, 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 because he's such a huge fan. And then he starts talking about how he always plays the Groovy People album on his radio show.
Wow.
That's the album that we did.
Yeah.
Jamie produced.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said, bro, we did that album. Our company did that album.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Is it?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. And then he started talking about the songs on the album. Like, yo, that's us singing on them songs.
Isn't that amazing?
Like he could.
Wow.
So then
Crazy.
he's like, man, we have to work together. I want to introduce South Africa to Jatan.
Wow.
He's like, we got to put some stuff together. Then he started saying like, he was like, how much time do you guys want on stage? Like he was going to let us do however much time we wanted. I was like, no, we'll do a couple songs.
Not yet.
Nah, brother.
No, we were ready to we can prepare ourselves for it.
I just
but it
didn't
was-
want,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not
It
trying
wasn't
to
our show.
It wasn't our show.
Yeah.
This is about Freddie. I didn't want to take nothing away from that. I was
Yeah.
honored with the fact that they were letting us do anything
Yep.
in front of the South African audience. So it was just crazy. And then we met one of the guys that is the head of most of the radio stations, and then the woman that has the biggest radio show in Africa.
all of Africa. Yeah.
They, love the record. They want to, play it and all that stuff. It was crazy. Like how things started just lining up. The fact that we weren't expecting to do any song open up.
No,
Yeah.
that's just crazy.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
It's like the Lord was saying, see, for all that you've been through, now look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly what it was.
You gonna plow or you
Yeah.
gonna...
And then, dude, for us to get to the hotel in Johannesburg and see that Bricks is happening right there.
Wow.
Did you see that?
Bricks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bricks is happening?
There was a
it
brick.
was a
all
conference.
of
Conference,
the
yeah.
conference was happening with all of the world leaders. Were
Wow.
in.
Oh my
Dude, they
goodness.
locked down the whole hotel. We were at that hotel.
Wow.
Goodness, that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
The
Y'all
presidents
got to
were
pray
there.
there? You got
Huh?
to pray there? You
Of
got
course
to-
we did, bro. We knew like there's a mission.
Wow.
There's no way you could line that up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No way you could line
Wow.
that. First of all, we were thinking about how like God lined up the fact that Grateful even being done and coming out when it did, coinciding with us going to Africa, and then Bricks happening while we're there
At the time.
at the same hotel at the same city we're at, because it could have happened while we were in Durban, or it
Right.
could have happened while we were in Cape Town, or while we
Right.
were in Sun City. We were in Sun City for 4 days.
Right.
It could have happened while we were there. It happened the day we got to Johannesburg, bro.
Wow.
And we walked through the convention. I'm videotaping it.
You had
That's
to go
what-
through like 3 metal detectors.
Yeah,
Wow.
Secret Service all over.
Right.
yeah. Dave was telling us on their floor because him and Freddie were up on the suites floor. There was armed guards everywhere,
Right.
and they couldn't even get on the elevator at certain times. They wouldn't let people on because of the dignitaries
World
that were
leaders,
world leaders all there. I'm talking about from India, from Brazil, from South,
BRICS nations.
from Russia. They were all there, bro. And I made a video while we were walking in the backside of the convention center with a couple of the signs, and just posted it up on our Instagram. And it was funny because, you know, I see all these comments from people that don't understand what it is. They're just like, oh, let them have their little boys club, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm like, yo, I just posted a video like, look what's happening right now. Like, yo, this brick stuff is expanding. Like, y'all don't want to listen to us. Everybody in the comments talking trash. Like, oh, you guys are, you know. And somebody said that looks like it looks like some frat party at a Holiday Inn. They don't understand. That was the back entrance from the bad hotel that I was filming.
Yeah.
They didn't see the other side. That was the palace where they didn't see how big that convention was. There was tons of people there, bro.
Yeah.
Big ass brick signs everywhere. Like that amazed me when I saw that. And I put a message up to everybody like, yo, we gotta pray. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why we're here at the same exact time as this. You know, even, and it's not to say that like bricks is this evil thing. It's just to say that like whatever is going on here, we need to be God needs to be put in the middle of this. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I understand a lot of why these leaders are trying to basically come up with their own coalition outside of what the West is doing, because they don't agree with what the West is doing in a lot of senses. So they feel like they need to have their own thing. And a lot of that, it has to do with a lot of the bad decisions that these administrations are making, you know? So, you know, and a lot of the culture war stuff, they're not down with.
They're not down with it, They want to devalue the dollar, too.
Exactly.
So we pushed them there.
I still think it's amazing that guy was listening to those songs that you guys were the ones that produced.
He knew them. Like, he knew the songs.
What are the chances?
Right?
He knew the songs. He was talking to me specifically about them. Chicken Noodle Laid Back, talking about Groovy People, that he remade Lou Rawls' song because he was such a fan of Lou Rawls and he loved that Leon Huff remade the record. He was talking about Hey There Lonely Girl. I'm like, bro, that's us singing on that song. You know what I mean? On The Way You Do the Things You Do, that's us singing on there. He was like, he couldn't believe it because like for him to be meeting us and then the next day Dave calls Huff and puts him on the phone with Huff.
Oh, he did?
Mind blown, bro. Like, yes, it was a wrap. Like he said, it made his whole life. You know what I mean? But and you know, Huff of course tells him like, you know, as long as you listen to David still, you good.
Nice.
So yeah, man. It like for everything to turn around like that, it was like, oh, this is why. Like,
Here's the light.
This is why something didn't want us to come here, because this was going to be a powerful trip for us. You know what I mean? All that stuff that was going on, all that stuff that was happening, and then just how beautiful it was. Like Sun City was like we walked into Zamunda, bro.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Dude, it was like a giant
Those
palace,
monkeys
bro.
running around and gazelles.
Yeah. Dude, they literally had, I was cracking up. Next to my bed, they had rose petals on the floor.
It was beautiful. It wasn't hot though. That was the only thing.
Yeah, it wasn't hot.
It wasn't hot.
Was it?
We didn't even, me and
cold?
Jamie didn't even get in the pool.
No.
It wasn't cold, but it was like,
It was like, yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. So it was interesting, man.
it's a good trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any crazy things coming back?
Flights? No. Coming back was super easy. Coming back was
The enemy ain't worried about us.
nah. He was like, I lost that one. Fine.
Back home.
Yeah, get back
Deal
home.
with you again.
Right. He's like, fine.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy. What is so Thera said, so are you talking about the Big Four and Brick? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. And brick.
I don't know. Thera said, why does Moon always have to take the hits?
Not
Yeah.
always, but I can handle them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but man, crazy story. Crazy story. And
That's great, man.
it worked out so amazingly. We ended up, having these great experiences, great shows. The audiences were so welcoming. They loved Freddie. They loved us,
Yeah.
which was,
It's a different
dope.
type of crowd.
Yeah.
Some of them songs that Freddie had that weren't hits here, they loved.
Yeah. Mom, I wish you would switch the camera.
I'm sorry.
What's she doing? She
She
in
over
her
there
phone,
scrolling in her phone.
scrolling.
I don't know, 'cause
Scoliosis.
I was looking up some scripture that I was gonna give. It's about suffering and then God bringing you out of it. I can't
Well,
remember what it's at.
Yeah, that's a new term we coined as well on the trip. Scoliosis. We call
Sounds like a Jordan joke.
No, it's actually I came up with that.
We should patent it, man. It's when
Because how
It's
many
when you
times
get stuck.
I would look around and everyone's on their phone,
Yeah, just
or like
scrolling.
we're having conversations and somebody's just mindlessly flipping through their phone, flipping.
And you know it's
Inspired-
scroll 'cause you
inspired
can't
by
really
somebody.
look at it.
Yeah.
it's inspired by
There's
somebody.
there's one person in particular in our group that has it bad.
No names mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him out, but yeah, scoliosis. But yeah, like especially when we're in the middle of like talking to we were talking to Kalani, the photographer and driver, and we made a really good connection with him. He was talking about life there and like family life there and how people are raised and how the family is so important to them. They have something called black tax, where it's like when you're a child, even after you leave the house and you go to school, you get a job, you're indebted to your parents. So you send them money every month. You send them money, like a certain amount of money. And you take care of your family. He said it's his job to make sure that their landscaping is done. Because the lawn and the external
That sounds good.
of the house is the job of the son to keep that looking nice. If that looks bad, it reflects on him as a son. Wow. And then the interior of the house reflects on the daughters. So it's their job to make sure that's kept in order. And then he was talking about like how they're raised to like respect their elders. They're raised to like respect the family structure. He was even saying like culturally, there's something in South Africa where you're taught that it's disrespectful to look someone in the eyes when you talk to them. He was saying that's why it's like, it's weird because Americans it's the opposite.
Yeah.
If you don't look someone in their eyes, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was saying like, that's a little bit of a dynamic that,
I can see that with older people. If
yeah,
looking them in the eye.
Yeah. And then he was saying that one of the things that he said that really, well, first of all, he said when he watched us perform on stage, he got emotional and teared up. That felt good.
Who said that?
Kalani, the guy I'm talking about. But he also was telling us that pretty much his interaction with us changed his opinion about Westerners and Americans. You know what I mean? Because all of his interactions in the past were negative, like, and people treating them like they're beneath or like they're not as good. But when he
dirty.
yeah. So like when he interacted with us, he was kind of a little skeptical at first, but then he was like, you guys would just come up and hug me and like, made me feel so welcome. He was like, it erased all of that trauma and pain that I had from my past. Cause we were talking about God. We were talking about a lot of stuff with him. So, Paul said, you guys are real diplomats, right? Mending real wounds there. But nah, he's a cool dude, man. And we're gonna do some more stuff with him. We've been in contact with him. He's gonna send us all the footage that he got.
Nice.
And he wants us to, because they can't get camera gear cheap over there. It's expensive, so he wants us to send him some. And I need him to send me some of that pepper sauce. My jar is half gone already, dude.
For real?
Yeah, I got this pepper sauce from that restaurant.
It was good.
Bought it. That's the other thing, dude. Food is so cheap in South Africa,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude.
So cheap. Bro, I got a 28-day aged, dry aged T-bone steak for $17
Wow.
at a fancy hotel.
Wow.
Kobe.
We got Wagyu ribeye steaks, and they were like $20.
$20-something, $28.
Wow.
Bro, Wagyu.
We were eating like kings, dude. I gained like 10 pounds.
Yeah,
Wait, John said he didn't get to eat his Wagyu or something?
he got it the next day because he was he was running around. I think he came late to dinner.
Oh, okay.
He got it to go, and then he left it in the hallway.
Yeah, that's what he said. He left it.
But he got it the next day.
Oh, okay.
Because we went to the same restaurant the next day and he ordered it. But then we were ordering lobster. Bro,
Well, they're crayfish.
they called it crayfish, but it was lobster.
It was
Okay.
lobster, bro.
It was this big.
Damn.
But yeah, we definitely ate well. Food over there was good, man. They treated us like kings.
That's wonderful.
We were drinking the top shelf liquor, like everything, bro. Like we were just having a good old time. That's why it was like the hurdle to get there just got erased. You know what I mean?
But I just think, I'm sorry I keep interrupting because it just amazes me that you guys just got that song out, Grateful, and you went to South Africa.
Yeah.
But not only that, you didn't think you were going to perform it.
No.
And all of
No,
a sudden,
not at all.
It just happened. That's
And when
amazing.
we performed it, everyone was talking about it. Everybody loved it.
Man, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So how is he going to work that out? He's going to have you guys go back to Africa?
He
South
wants.
Africa?
They're talking about it. They want to bring us back over there.
Let's go.
They said they want to bring Jatan over there.
Wow.
I just got married, but I would go there tomorrow. It was Jatan stuff. You're not listening, right, babe?
Yeah. I don't
said
think she's watching
she's
anymore.
sleeping.
She's in bed.
She already got you. She don't need a watch.
She started school.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. But
I'm
so
gonna
that
tell her
was
you said that.
that was the Africa trip, man.
That's crazy.
Bricks. Did you see the video?
I didn't see the one of bricks.
The one at Bricks.
Paul said, what, Moon? Congrats, bro.
He said Jatan Africa tour sounds fire. Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
man. Man, it would be. It would
Thanks,
be.
Paul. We did it on the low.
Yeah,
But I have a big mouth.
yeah. He sure does.
I forgot.
Announcement here on the live podcast. Yeah. Exclusive. Moan's telling it all. Yeah. But other than that, man, what's been going on that we've missed here? I know it's been a lot, bro.
No.
No,
In the US?
I mean,
You
I know McCarthy got ousted.
Yeah, you got ousted.
Pelosi got evicted from her office.
Yeah, well, she should have been gone.
Right.
You're not speaker. You're not supposed to be there.
Right,
Like, what
right.
kind of backroom deal is that?
Yeah.
I really don't know like exactly what happened with that MacArthur thing. Like
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
MacArthur. Wasn't it something about the gist I got from the little bit that I was paying attention was he got caught making some backroom deals with the
Which they all
Democrats. Right.
Yeah.
But he promised a bunch of things to the Matt Gaetz of the world and
Yeah.
these other
The same ones that held up his vote initially.
yes, the ones that didn't want him to be speaker.
Yeah. Why they fought it.
He
'cause they
made
knew.
promises that he was going to do certain things, and then he
Yeah.
went back on his word.
Yeah.
So they were like, since you
He
went
did
back,
some of them, but then some of them he didn't.
I didn't
so.
know they can do that.
Well, that was a part of the deal.
what, lie?
No, get
Get him out.
get
That was
him
a
out
part of
after
their.
they don't. You know,
They said that was one of the things. They
Yeah.
said they can get him out.
That was one of the
right away.
stipulations
Yeah,
of
stipulations.
them
Yeah.
approving him.
Can I read
as
that?
speaker.
Can I read that verse because this goes for you guys?
Yes, please read it so you can pay attention.
It's 1 Peter 5:10. It says, "And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast."
Yeah. That is so on point. Yeah, so he made the deals, they found out about it, then they got him out. And now
now they're voting again.
and then the interim speaker is the one that evicted Pelosi.
Yeah,
right?
Baker.
Baker.
Yeah.
A couple people nominated Trump for speaker, right?
Yeah, yeah. He said he would do it for the country if it was right for the country.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll do it.
Paul said, "Gotta hop on a call, but glad y'all are back. Looking forward to the men's retreat." Yes, sir. Men's retreat, October 27th. We're gonna have a good time, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be some.
Jeff said he's been trying to post stuff, but this platform won't let him. But he said, "You guys are real lions. The giraffes and the birds know it." Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He
you know.
can't. He can't post in the chat.
Yeah, he's saying that he can't.
That sucks. Well, we appreciate you, Jeff. Everything you do, man. Jeff is a great man. No matter what anyone says. But so where were we? Oh yeah, McCarthy, Pelosi.
Yeah.
What do you have any news on that? Anything else going on with that?
No, Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan is
He's leading, I think.
He's leading. What do you think about that?
Oh, he's in. What do you call that?
No.
No, Baker's the interim. Like once
Jim
McCarthy-
Jordan was the other one they were nominating when McCarthy got put in, right?
Yeah, his name was floated.
Yeah.
He
Trump.
said he didn't want it at that time.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
he's like, no.
But does he still not want it? Do you know?
I
Nah,
hope
he
would.
said he would do it.
Oh, I hope he would because
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Y'all think Jim Jordan would be good?
Yeah,
I think he would be
yeah.
Better than McCarthy.
better than McCarthy.
Yeah, when he got voted in, I was totally disappointed. I was like,
Yeah.
Me too.
Mom, you was like, I think he's going to do. He said he's going to do.
What?
Remember?
I said he's
McCarthy.
gonna do what?
You were like, he said he's going to do this and said he's going to. I was like, Mom, that dude seems like an establishment.
No, I didn't like him at all.
said he
but-
was gonna do
But
it.
I was looking. Look, I was.
He's the greatest. I didn't
Oh,
say it.
that's-
They said it.
You sound like Trump.
That's what he
That's
said.
what he's trying.
I said I don't trust that guy.
No, I never trusted him, but I said I'm hoping because he said some things that sounded like he was going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they got him out after what, 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really, man. Even Jim Jordan, I don't know,
I
man.
liked him.
They're all.
Yeah, I like
If
him
it ain't
too,
Trump-
but-
It ain't right.
I mean, I'm just like they're all playing the political game. So to me, it's like nothing's gonna. I don't care who they put in there
Right.
unless it's a Matt Gaetz or somebody that's really like
Yeah.
causing problems. I'm with the
that's-
disruptors. I like disruptors,
Yeah,
man.
Matt
And that's
Gaetz-
why they won't be in there.
Exactly.
Because they know.
And that's what
gonna-
Trump was a disruptor. I like
Right.
disruptors, man.
But he can play both sides too.
yeah,
McCarthy tried, but he's a no.
nah.
But Matt, they're saying why somebody like that will never get it is because they're too they're too steadfast in their beliefs.
Yeah, you believe in stuff too much.
Yeah.
We
we don't want
we
that
don't want you
as
in
a
there.
speaker.
Yeah, we want you to be wishy washy on everything so we can control you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But that's why that majority Republican thing actually turned out good because they can do stuff like that.
That's right. That's right.
Keep it balanced. It's not supposed to.
That's how it was designed.
Yeah, it should have always been like that.
Checks and balances.
Balances, right?
It's not supposed to be mob rule. It's not supposed to be, political PowerPoints
Yep.
and
Lobbyists
jockeying for
and-
position, lobbyists.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not supposed to be controlled by that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So get them out.
We the people.
Have a plan, but get them out.
Yeah, for real.
Which they did. So, and I think according to the rumors,
So they
Jim
can put
Jordan's
somebody
gonna be
else in there.
well, as long as what's his name, Democrat Hakeem Jeffries, as long as he don't get in there.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna get in there?
No, that's the Democrat side.
Oh, of course they
They
want.
want him.
Yeah,
That's their leader.
yeah.
Oh. Shout out to Courtney and Steven Hansberger.
Hansi, we just
What up,
did the-
Steve?
you missed the whole Africa story we told, but it's all good.
That I seen him in the Instagram one. I think in the pool. Were you on the pool?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen that.
was
That
in
clip.
that was in California.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah,
at
it was like
Saquon.
90 degrees. in
Yeah,
San
Now, that
Diego.
pool we were in.
We was in the pool,
Yeah.
in the hot tub in the pool.
Yeah. That well, we were in that pool. Man, that was another man. Hansberger went to a new level on this trip, man.
He did.
Steve,
He did.
Steve leveled up on this
Crossed
trip,
over.
bro. Yeah. Even with God, like he leveled
Wow,
up.
that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, but we still working on him. We still working on Hansi. He had a couple emotional moments.
Yeah,
That was the longest he ever been away from his family. A lot of his emotions came out, and we were able to talk to him. So
That's good.
we love that guy.
He's listening to you.
I know.
Shine the
We
light.
love you, Steve.
Yeah, we love you, Steve. Steve actually, man, he did a great job too on the trip. So shout out to the musicians, man. Rob,
He
Phil.
sings on. Well, he sang on "Go Slow."
Yep.
He was a little nervous, but I'm proud of him.
Good.
Yeah. Yep. Anything else going on, Stan, that you could think of that's been happening?
Here,
Yeah, in the last few weeks.
nah. I mean, it's the same stuff, really.
Same old
In the U.S.,
political nonsense.
yeah, people going crazy.
Roman circus.
Yeah.
While things are happening in the world,
Bread and circus, buddy.
bread and circus.
Would you say Roman circus?
circus.
I mean, it comes from
It
Rome.
is.
Comes
Comes
from
from
Rome.
Rome. You know how I, just
Yeah.
make my own sayings.
But it's bread and circus. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that on the trip too, because that thing went viral on TikTok about men thinking about Rome.
Rome.
You saw
I
that?
heard about that.
Yeah, and women don't understand why
Yeah.
men think about the Roman Empire. And then I was telling them that there was some female journalist that was like a Rome, ancient Rome history expert, and she wrote a column about why men do it, and it was like totally nonsense.
Because the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, because of
They fantasize about ruling.
fantasize. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, but they don't understand that men are always thinking about history repeating itself. When we see the parallels in what's going on in America and what happened in the Roman Empire. So people are going to think about things like that. I mean, the Roman Empire is pretty much what established a lot of our culture in the West.
Yeah.
And there are other ones that, wants the role play.
Yeah.
If we're not careful, we
Yeah.
might follow into their footsteps,
Mm-hmm.
and
bad
history
footsteps.
will repeat itself.
Exactly. And you look at culturally what was going on in Rome towards the downfall.
Fornication and the
Sexual
Sexual
immorality.
fornication.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. And just even politically, like
Yeah.
the liberal views, the democratic, this idea of democracy that they always try to say we are when we're a constitutional republic.
Right.
Yo, that reminds me.
What?
When we were younger, we went to go see Gladiator,
Mm-hmm.
and you were there, and we went, with a couple girls that
You're
were.
right.
Do you remember that story?
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
And
tell
I
the
was so
story.
annoyed
Tell this
by
story,
this
bro.
one girl
Yeah.
that was just like, "Oh, this movie is trash," and
Yeah.
it was amazing to me.
Gladiator now.
Gladiator.
We're talking about one of the best
This is-
movies that has
wow.
come out in the last 30 years, right?
It's
Russell
probably
Crowe.
Braveheart is definitely number one for me.
Okay.
Gladiator is right behind it.
Yeah, Gladiator. I mean, everything about the movie, the storyline, the acting, the score, the filming. It's a great top tier movie, and the fact that all of the girls were disinterested.
Yeah,
just totally disinterested, and the guys are like watching this movie, like wow, and they don't understand. They think it's just because men want to see war and violence.
Yeah.
No, it's about the whole dynamic of power and hierarchy and political like
Triumphing
movements. Yeah,
over,
over evil.
Yeah.
The emperor being, this evil guy. And yeah, I think the disconnect there and this whole thing why women are so amazed and don't understand, they think it's weird, is because men care about different things than you. We don't think it's weird that every dress that the women wear at the Oscars. Like
Right.
we know that y'all just
don't.
like those things.
Right. We're
Yeah.
made
Well, you're
different.
different.
Yeah. Like women,
Most women want to watch the Barbie movie.
most women could tell you every character on Housewives.
Not me.
In every
I don't watch none of that
city,
crap.
Yeah.
But men, there's a reason why most podcasts, Joe Rogan's listeners are like an 89% male. Men are more interested in information and, and not to say like, cause there is a lot of men that only care about sports,
Right.
only care about cars.
The Roman circus.
But again, so the
They're
point
there,
the
too.
point to that is Rome, even thinking about ancient Rome is a point to that, because that was designed to distract men from having the ability to overthrow government.
Yeah.
They knew that when the government was up to no good, when the government was enriching the rich and keeping the working class desolate, what they would give them is bread and
Gladiators,
circus.
yeah.
They would give them gladiators. They would give them fights.
And it was in that movie.
yeah, that
The
was in the movie too.
Come on now.
They would give them wine. They would give them bread. So as long as they feel drunk and their belly's full and they're having a good time, they're not paying attention. It's just like, we're traveling, doing our job, and we see people that care so much about football.
Yeah.
Like it's their everything, bro. Like they will travel around the country. People were flying from Philly to San Francisco to watch the game. Like, and I get it. Like that's your team. You want to support them. You
got
go.
the time and
You got the time and the money. Go ahead. But we had a conversation with Dave about this because he was talking about how people will argue. Like he said, I don't go to barbershops anymore because I'm not trying to argue with grown men about sports stats and who's better and, debate about. He said one time he was at the barbershop and they was going in about like, you ain't no real football fan. You can't name such and such from
Yeah,
the
you
1975.
ain't an Eagles fan.
Yeah, you ain't an
Coming
Eagles
at
fan.
him.
You can't name this team. Tell me who was on it. He was like, who's your son's math teacher?
right.
Can you name your son's math
Which is
teacher?
a great point. As
Yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like
Yeah.
these dudes.
You spend
don't
all this,
know.
you're investing all this
All
time
that
and
time.
energy in knowing all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
But you don't know the things that matter.
Yeah.
The things that are really going to better your life and your family's life.
Yeah.
Because knowing all those football stats ain't going to do nothing for you.
But an argument
An argument.
that gets you nowhere.
And it just funds these millionaires' lives. Like you're great for Stephen A. Smith because you keep him making millions of dollars because
Right.
you
He
tuned in.
into
You
it.
got to see everything, and you arguing with him in your head. So now that you're arguing with him, you can't wait to get to the barbershop
Right.
so you can be Stephen A. Smith at the barbershop. You know what I mean? Like that's all that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a great
Don't do
point,
it.
man. Like,
Yeah.
you can enjoy the game, but you don't have to be completely engulfed.
That shouldn't be your everything.
Nah,
Yeah.
it shouldn't ruin your day.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be your idol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right there. Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And I think that was another good thing that came out of COVID. If anything positive was that spell was
Bingo, bingo.
Yeah.
It definitely did that for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely
Yeah.
did that for me. Like I still love football. I watch
Yeah,
the
me-
Eagles
yeah,
play,
yeah.
but I'm never gonna get back to where I was. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, just
Yeah.
caring too much.
Right.
The
right.
emotion.
The emotion.
And
of
now
it,
it's the spell's so broken now when I see people start to argue about it, I just laugh. I'm like, yo, y'all realize it doesn't
don't
matter?
mean- yeah, like, it's got
y'all
nothing to do with you.
Y'all arguing over if Hulk Hogan could beat Ultimate Warrior. That's what y'all are arguing over right now.
right.
Like-
yeah.
Ultimate Warrior will beat Hulk Hogan any
I don't know,
Any
man.
day.
It's the
You
all
crazy.
any
American,
day, yo.
the all
Ultimate
American
Warrior.
hero,
Bro,
man.
the leg drop is always going to be. What was Ultimate Warrior's move?
The body slam.
Was it the body slam?
Yeah.
Yo, they had such basic
Yeah.
moves back then. The
All
leg
I
drop.
all I know is when Ultimate Warrior went on the rope and started doing.
Yeah. Raging out.
That's when his
roiding
move.
out, I mean,
That's when his move was
that was
coming.
the steroid coming.
That's how old we are, guys. Nah, but honky tonk man.
Legion of Doom.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, Jake the Snake. Oh man, but yeah, I mean, so again, the bread and circus thing. I mean, the Roman men thinking about the Roman Empire. I think women don't understand how it's very relevant to today because we have bread and circus in this day. It is the NFL. It is the NBA. It is even the political world. This fighting between Democrats and Republicans, watching Fox News or watching MSNBC. Like that's just another version.
All day.
Yeah, it's just another
Just so you
version
can
of
be
bread and
right,
circus
Yeah.
because it doesn't get us anywhere. I mean, I'm looking at this war happening in Israel right now. First of all, I don't know what to believe.
Sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Either way, it's sad.
either way, it's sad. Like when you look at everything that they've lied to us about with Ukraine,
I
the
know.
fake footage in Ukraine,
know,
the
I
lying
know.
about what's happened in Iraq with Saddam was gassing babies in the nursery, like all these
Right.
things that we found out were
Yeah.
lies.
Right.
You don't know what to believe that's coming out of the
Exactly.
media. So I'm not gonna even speculate either way. Like people shouldn't be dying.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be killing each other. People shouldn't be fighting over land like that. Like whatever's going on there. But you look at the way that this is dividing people even more.
Even more, yeah.
Like you're watching leftists praise
Celebrate.
Israelis being killed. You're watching
Yeah.
you're watching conservatives now okay with going to war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
Like conservatives were just talking all this crap about Ukraine, but as soon as the coin is flipped, they're like, let's get in there.
Yeah.
Let's believe everything they're showing us. They were talking. Conservatives were the main ones talking about how fake these videos were and how
Right.
like we don't know what to
Ukraine.
believe in Ukraine. But now all of a sudden,
Right.
just believe whatever they're telling us. You know, I hate that, man. I hate
Yeah.
that when you become a hypocrite so easily
Right.
and so fast. I just saw something where Dave Rubin is talking about how like because some guy was on MSNBC, I think it was, talking about Palestine. He was defending Palestine basically,
Okay.
and basically making excuses for
Why they did
why
what
they're
they
doing
did.
what they're doing and downplaying the fact that they're killing civilians right now. And so he says like he's downplaying it. So Dave Rubin immediately goes, "This guy should be fired for even having him on the news. He shouldn't be allowed to say this." And I'm like, dude, you're the main one always talking about how we can't be canceling people and firing people for what they say.
Right.
We can't be we can't be censoring people. We should be allowed to talk. But he doesn't even
So,
realize
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
it's not as
emotionally
he flipped it, yeah.
he's Jewish, so he's emotionally invested. Once they get you, and that's the thing they don't understand. Like, yo, all of these things, Black Lives Matter, the George
string.
Floyd riots, now at the Ukrainian war, now it's this thing. They use this to get you emotionally invested into pushing their own agenda.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the string that they pull. They got to find out which one it is.
Which string is it for you?
Which string is
That's
it?
all it
Yeah.
is.
Yep. Pull it.
Oh, the COVID string ain't work for you. Okay, we got one coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like you were saying, turns out a lot of these weapons that they got
Yeah. Was from Afghan.
from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And
Turns out that $5 billion that Biden, or was it $6 billion,
$6 billion.
that he
Unfroze.
that Trump had froze because remember that deal they gave to Iran, and then Trump froze that deal. Biden immediately unfreezes it again.
20 days later, explosion.
Y'all
Yeah.
sound like conspiracy theorists.
I'm just saying, these are weird coinky dinks.
Yeah.
That's funny that you say that, Jamie, because I was watching some of that stuff, and something inside of me kept saying some of this is not real.
Listen, I saw some stuff that made that really. I think I have it here. Let me see if I can find it. Because I saw something that really made me think. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Now this, you might think like, yo, this is some weird conspiracy theory stuff, but just look with a real eye on this, because we all saw this footage.
Right,
We
this was
all watched this.
leaving
This was when they were
Afghan.
leaving Afghanistan. Remember this?
Yes.
The world is indeed a stage. Just how much of it might be a bit surprising to you. So you all remember this famous scene right here, the Afghan pullout, that famous debacle? Do you guys notice anything strange about that C-17? Let's watch that full clip and see if you can notice it.
I got a freezer right there. Look at, can you see? Do I need to make this bigger for you, Mom?
I can't see.
Let's try this. Just look at that.
I'm blind.
Just do me a favor.
U.S. Air Force.
Look at the windows here. You notice that?
Yeah.
Do you notice that? What is that? What is that?
What
dude?
is that?
What are these windows? I never even looked at that before. Wow. Now I'm gonna keep playing this. Look at the jet. Look at the
Turbine.
Yes.
That's supposed to be moving.
where what are we talking about here?
It's just the camera moving. The guy with the camera.
Did you see it? Blacked out windows, blacked out engines. Here's a little bit more. See, this is what a C-17.
That's a real one. Look at the turbines. Look at the windows. Okay? Now, that's an obvious plane. Military plane right there.
That's not an inflatable looks like. See the windows clearly, see the engines clearly. And now look again for some more fakery.
Now let's look at the difference. Again, this is the one from the video at the bottom. This is a real one at the top. Something's off about that. Are you seeing that, Moon?
Oh man.
I'm blind.
Is it too small?
It's too small. I can't see.
Bro. Look. Come over here and look. I want you to see this. Come over here. Because I mean, it's definitely. I know you're used to.
Yeah,
you're used to looking
cheating.
at. Yeah. You see. This is the one from the video. Look at this. Look at those windows. Look at the real one. Look at the the turbine.
Yeah.
See this? See these? Look, this is the same flight number and everything. I'm gonna go back to the other.
The clip.
I'm gonna go back to the other clip. Hold up. Look at the windows. What does that look like to you?
It just like it's blacked out. What am I missing? Tell me.
It looks blacked out.
This looks like a blimp.
It looks fake, bro.
There you go.
It looks fake, bro. It looks like a fake plane.
Yeah.
Wow, like that definitely looks fake.
That's what I'm saying.
The dimensions aren't even.
That's what I'm saying. And then again, we're gonna go back to what the real one looks like. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, that's a real one. Look at the turbines. Look at the windows.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a blown up. It really does look like a balloon.
Exactly. Look at the difference.
It looks like a balloon.
Look at the difference. Okay. Okay. Now you can go back. I just want. I just wanted to show that because I saw this, and how many times did we played that footage on the podcast? Look at these people. They're trying to get out. They're trying to get on the. They're trying to jump on the plane. Let me keep playing the video.
Take all the time you need.
We just did, buddy.
Fake
Thanks.
news,
Look,
fake history.
here's the plane.
Fake clown world.
Look at these. Look at this right here. I've never seen this before.
We are living on nothing more
Bruh.
than a big giant stage.
Bruh.
An illusion by those in charge. Made to instill fear to easily control the masses or to invoke fake outrage for whatever they want us to. Just wait till you see how fake the clowns are that run the show. Question everything, friend.
He got in and started walking the balloon, the balloon tank.
Bro.
You can't believe
You can't trust what you see,
And then
man.
now just pour on top of it AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like I saw that and I'm like, and then I'm thinking about like all this stuff we're seeing. Are you just done? You don't know what to believe anymore. Like, and then the news reports, because of course,
Kyle said he did 2 crying emojis. Can you full screen that? Because he don't believe everything.
who's Kyle?
Kyle, singer.
Oh, Kyle Mack.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But listen, you can go find it yourself, bro. Go find it.
It really
yourself.
does. When you go in and look at it, it looks fake.
And
it looks
and
fake.
Again, emotionally, you're not when that story first came out. You're not paying attention to that.
No.
You're looking at all the people trying to jump on this plane. You know that we're exiting Afghanistan. You know that people were getting left behind. We're hearing these news reports, and you're looking at that. You're not paying attention to those details.
Every little detail, yeah.
But that's why the internet exists. That's why they try to censor stuff. That's why they try to, put brakes on a lot of these channels that.
That's why they, patent the word conspiracy theory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or QAnon. Make you look like when you question something, it make you look crazy.
Or
Yep.
J6.
Yeah.
It instantly brings something to your mind.
J6.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I saw that and I was like, wow, because that was something that I never noticed.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like the footage from Ukraine and being like, something ain't adding up here.
That looks fake.
So you're not going to then show me footage from something that upsets me, like the Israel thing, and then I'm just going to immediately be like, wow. Because again, we're hearing stories about babies being killed.
Decapitated.
Yeah. And they constantly use that same narrative because they know people hear that. I mean, unless it's in the womb, then they don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they know that you tie that in, people will be like, we got to do, they're animals. We got to kill them. That's what they want. I'm not so quick to jump in line with that stuff, man. Hold on, let's play this video. This girl had a similar kind of take on it.
I really think that people have just completely, totally lost their minds because we have the left with Ukraine flags in their bio, and now we have the right with Israeli flags in their bio, and you have them going into
And that's another thing that I find funny because the right was clowning anybody who had a Ukraine flag. And I have really close Israeli friends. Like Ophir is my boy, that's my brother, you know what I mean? And I sent him a text like, yo, praying for that your family is okay, you know what I mean? Checking on him and everything. And, he appreciated it. But I'm not gonna.
You know, the world is a stage.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna just go full in on a narrative that they're trying to push me into.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get all the information first.
Right.
And plus, are they doing this to everybody focus on that, but they're really doing something else?
Exactly.
That's what happens a lot. They're doing this so everybody can
Look
focus
over
on
here,
that,
yeah.
and then they're really doing
That's
something
what we were
else.
just talking about with, the whole NFL gladiators.
Yep.
That's what focus on this so we can do something else.
Yeah.
You not paying attention.
comments and saying, where do I sign up to fight? You mean to tell me that you're unable to recognize the fact that the United States is at war against its own U.S. citizens, where we have millions of Americans who have been vaccine injured and many of them dead, when you're grandparents were locked up away and got killed from being on ventilators when your children are being mutilated and pumped with hormones and transitioned at the expense of your taxpayer dollars funding it, and illegals are flooding in through our borders with millions of them coming into our country right now, most of them being military-aged men, but you want to go fight for Israel? Why? Because Twitter decided to show you videos of people being killed in the streets, so now you are charged up emotionally and you want to go fight for another country when there's a war on your own doorstep? People need to wake up to what's going on in the propaganda that's being pushed. If you can't see and you wouldn't fight for your own family, I don't know why you think that you're going to go fight for anybody else's. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't pray for people. We should always pray for everybody, and all death is horrible and evil and wicked and disgusting. But at the end of the day, the only flag that you're going to see in my bio is the American flag. Jesus is king.
Come on, girl. Tell them.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fact, man.
You forget about everything else that happened here because
Yep.
they got you focused.
They
over
got
there.
you focused. They found the string to pull on you.
Yeah.
You know, and now all of a sudden, because conservatives are so anti-Islam,
Right.
that they can't help. You know, it's just like how Black Lives Matter is so anti-racism that they will use racism
Yeah.
to trigger you.
Yeah.
And conservatives are so anti-Islam that they will use Islam, especially Islamic terrorism, to trigger you. And, you know, I saw a lot of fake videos on Twitter that people were like, oh, that's from a movie set. Or, you know what I mean? Like, people, there were a lot of fake videos. I'm not saying that there isn't horrible things happening over there, but we gotta be careful with just believing everything we see.
Yeah. We can't be so
Hold your
one-
government here accountable.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah. If that stuff is really happening, though, like, we can't be so one-sided, because I've seen videos of, you know, Palestine pro or whatever you want to call them, show a video and then laughing about it, of a video of somebody getting kidnapped or a baby being, you know, killed. Like,
That's what I'm saying. The
you
divide is
lose your
crazy. You heard
humanness
the
like
chick
that.
Mia Khalifa got fired from her job because she was posting up stuff, basically advocating for what they're doing, what Hamas is doing.
Who's
She's that ex porn star that was she's like Arab or something like that, right? Yeah.
What did she say?
She was posting stuff pro Hamas, basically.
Right. Palestine.
Yeah.
Pro-Palestine.
And there are people that are cheering for this. There are people that are like and that's the other thing is like, because either way you go about it, someone is gonna be mad. Someone is gonna say you're anti-Semitic or you're a Zionist. You know what I mean? Like it's either one or the other.
But the history is it's so complex.
Bro.
There's like, you know, the people that got put in, you know, the whole Gaza thing. Of course, they're gonna be oppressed because they lost the war against Israel.
Yeah.
And you know, there's
and
tension there, and
Israel,
it's hard to.
Yeah, they have to occupy that space with military force, so there's gonna be tension there. There's people that were put out of their homes that felt like they were unjustly put out of their homes. There's people,
and you know how politics work.
Yep.
You know, when you win the war or whatever like that, they probably went in and started building stuff, and it's
such a complicated,
it's so complex. It's
story.
It's more than just, you know, one side and then the other side.
Yeah.
I feel for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
They're causing division.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
And you watch like how conservatives and far leftists are using this, both of them, to divide even further.
Yeah.
And it's sad, man. It's sad because either way it's ugly and it's evil when you look at how if they're showing videos of women being raped and killed and kidnapped, and you're cheering that on, that's evil.
No matter what side it's on.
If they're showing videos of people bombing civilians to retaliate against that stuff, that's evil too.
Yeah.
So
you know
your
what I'm
friend
saying?
Kyle has a explanation.
What do you say?
Goes back to worldview.
He says checking out that plane footage with more clarity, I'm willing to bet that the windows of the C-17 leaving Afghanistan were heavily tinted because it was deployed.
Heavily tinted, bro.
Tints block desert sun and protect pilots
Bro,
from snipers.
look
The
at-
reason they were not tinted in the comparison footage might be because it might have been merely a drop-off plane offloading troops and leaving right after
That's
an
because
immediate refuel.
he's military.
Well, that's fine, but how do you black out engines?
Yeah, yeah. What about the turbines, dude?
Yeah. What
And-
about
and-
it just looking like a balloon,
Bro,
Yeah.
like this is the thing. Like you know what tinted windows look like, bro. Come on. Like that looked like it was a flat surface, like just completely flat. Like look at the video for real with an unbiased eye. Like it's not like I said we watched this video before and thought it was real. Like
Yeah.
it's not like we want to see something wrong with it. It's clear. Like you act like we just look for things to be skeptical about. Like, bro, there's something not right about that.
There's something not right about a lot of things, especially 9/11.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
and you can't say that
There's
the
so
government
much
wouldn't do
stuff.
something like that because they've proven that they would.
so much
Yeah.
evil.
The government has proven time and time again that they are willing to do anything.
Yeah. Did y'all hear Trump? It was like a couple days after, I think, 9/11. He was on a radio show saying that there's no way
Buildings will
the
fall
building
like
will
that.
fall
Yeah,
like that.
There was a bunch of people saying that right after. There was freaking engineers
civil
that were
engineers
civil
that
engineers
came in.
talking about
Yeah.
how that doesn't happen on its own.
But
you know?
they suppressed that. You know.
Well, it was a lot easier to suppress it back then.
Yeah.
That was 2001.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't even have Google. We didn't.
We didn't have Google.
No, we had America Online, bro. Yeah, AOL chat rooms. We didn't have no Google. There was no YouTube, no Twitter, no nothing. There wasn't even a smartphone.
Right.
So, it was much easier to whatever the news tells you, and even they were slipping up. Remember, some of the reporters were like saying,
But see how the
Right.
Bible says? Everything that's done in the dark is eventually going to come out into the light.
yeah.
Because now they have computers. They have everything that they can take pictures and, you know what I mean? So it's going to come out.
And QAnon websites.
We love you, Kyle. Go watch that video again.
Yeah, Kyle's been killing it on that the radio show.
Yeah.
Doing,
Kyle's the truth,
song
man.
stuff, yeah.
Oh, that's Kyle the singer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I saw this
Mack.
I saw this post. Someone posted this. So Albert Pike, remember the Freemason? He wrote the book Morals and Dogma. He was the one that pretty much exposed the fact that they worship Lucifer.
Right.
So he pretty much predicted the first two world wars. So let's watch what his writing was of the Third World War. Pull this up, Mom. So this is Albert Pike's words, not mine. Albert Pike. There's a statue to him in Washington, D.C., by the way, for those that think this is just a nobody. He wrote the book Morals and Dogma, which is the Freemason Bible, basically. He says the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the adjuncture of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out into the public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. This is Albert Pike's prediction for World War III. Basically saying that a war between Zionists and Muslims will create such savagery that basically the worship of Lucifer will come to the forefront.
Oh, dang. And the destruction of atheism and
Christianity. Yeah.
Because we'll be fighting each other.
Right.
Too.
And he pretty much predicted the first two world wars pretty accurately. So I thought that was interesting. I saw that someone posted that on Twitter. Well, X.
I actually saw that today. I was like, I thought I downloaded it, I thought Noah downloaded something on my phone. I'm like, what the heck is X? Clicked on it and then went to Twitter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I forgot.
It's funny because you go to X and you're like, you open it up and you're like X, and then it says, retweet.
Right.
Like, you can't have both, Elon. You can't have a retweet on X.
So Kyle responding, he said turbines in the comparison plane were running on idle because it was parked offloading troops. The turbines on the exiting plane were moving so much faster.
And then he says, though, I mean, I could be wrong, just offering what I know from being deployed in the desert. And then he also says, I don't have a bias. I don't trust anybody. Everyone sucks. Love you guys.
Everyone sucks.
Nads. And Theris said, we have Martha Scott with us from Freddie Jackson's Love Club.
Hey, Martha. Welcome to the Young Lion podcast, where we talk about crazy stuff.
Kyle, I'm going to ask my cousin. He's not biased at all, and he served many tours.
Yes.
I'm going to see what he feels about this.
And I think it's pretty obvious when how many planes have we seen on the tarmac where you can see the turbines moving? Like you can still see them moving. They're not completely blacked out like that. Like, and the gloss of that, whatever that was over those windows, bro. That's not tint, bro. That's not tint. Like we've seen tint on planes. I've seen military planes when we fly through the bases and stuff like that. We've seen those type of military planes. That's not tint, bro.
It looks like a balloon.
It looks like a balloon. Like it does. I'm sorry. It looks like a balloon. Looks like a prop.
But look what they did with all those tanks and all that. That's
crazy.
thing.
But I don't know what that footage was from.
Yeah,
that could have been from
a
movie set.
I was gonna
but
say,
I'm just saying the
MASH.
idea that you
you
can make
do
things
that.
look that realistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up. I saw this today. People were mad about this, but I wasn't that mad. California becomes the first U.S. state to ban Skittles, 12,000 additional products for cancer-causing additives.
Oh, wow.
California.
Oh, wow.
People were like tweeting this and being like, like this person, Mario Lopez. Shout out to Mario Lopez, man. We know you.
For saying our name right.
Yeah, but
Shaitan.
I gotta say I disagree with you on this one. He said crime is through the roof, worst drug epidemic ever, and homelessness at an all-time high in California. Let's focus on Skittles. Listen, I get what you're saying, but I can tell you from experience, and I'm sure you know this too because you've traveled. Like when we were in South Africa, a lot of those ingredients are banned.
Yeah.
Yes, they're banned.
I was gonna say they just joined the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Japan just banned cereal.
Yeah.
Whatever that's in
Rice
cereal.
Krispie
That,
treats.
Bro, they can't
causes
put
cancer.
they don't none of the stuff we had in South Africa had high fructose corn syrup in it. None of it had these preservatives. Like we were looking at ingredients on stuff. When we went to the pharmacy to get medicine for John and for Freddie, bro, most of their medicines are herbal. They took us to they had employees there. We went to the pharmacy to like a regular, like kind of CVS kind of thing. And the employees were like, okay, what are the symptoms? They took us around. Okay, you're going to take this for laryngitis. And it was like these herbs. You're going to take this for sore throat. You're going to take this for indigestion. No pharmaceuticals.
No big pharma.
And all the stuff worked. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a totally different way of handling.
Remember we were looking
right
at the
way.
mayonnaise? How many years we've been eating Hellman's mayonnaise?
Yeah.
And it has that crap in it to kill you.
Yeah, I don't eat that anymore.
No, I don't either. But I'm just saying, it's just, imagine you've been eating all this stuff all your life.
Yeah.
Seed oil.
I mean, how much can your body counter-react? It's going to come to a point where you're going to get something.
Yeah.
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 And then add on the shots that you take.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think California is going to turn around, man. I'm speaking that.
Kyle said the Skittles were heavily tinted.
Well, you got a point there.
They were tainted.
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 That's right.
Tainted. But yeah, I think California's going to turn around, man. When we were there this weekend, remember I took a walk early in the morning before we went to the gym, and I was walking through Oakland on the little waterfront there, and you know those thoughts that we've had in the past there, like all the first of all, it was less homeless people.
It was less homeless. I only saw one.
Less homeless people than before, than last
Yeah.
year.
Last
We were there a
year-
year ago around the same time.
Right.
Last year there was a lot.
Yeah, peeing and pooping in the streets while we're walking, all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
There was less, and just the idea of like California itself, all the weird liberal sexual stuff and the weird stuff with kids and like all the stuff they're doing. When you're there, you can kind of like feel that and want to be like, this place is annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah. But God shifted that in me when I was taking that walk, and he was like, that's not what I want for this place. Like, look how beautiful it is. Look what this could be. He said, and then he brought me back to being grateful for being there. And then he had me praying. And then I was praying as I was walking. And then I came back, and then Jake, when we were at church, Jake said the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, I felt the same as we were doing church. You know, we were calling in the church or whatever like that. Like, we had the windows open. I just saw kids just playing. And, you know, Jesus said, come like a child. And they don't know what's going on with that. You just saw the bright light. You know, they're playing. And I felt that, like, you know, this is what God wants for this place. Yeah. You know, because it's beautiful.
It is.
You
And
know?
it's like, look how amazing God made
And
this
that's
place.
us complaining.
Yes.
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? California is like
Yeah.
the shithole. It's Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's all we were doing was complaining.
But God is opening your eyes now that you're going to all these places, and now you can bring a new spirit, a new, you know, and pray for them and believe for them.
Yeah.
And now they ban Skittles.
And that's the
On
start.
the right track.
Skittles is listed as one of the worst candies you can eat.
Oh my God! So many kids eat that.
Yeah.
Skittles is good too.
Didn't
still like the
Aria like
regular.
Skittles a lot at the one time?
She ate them briefly. Not really.
Man, this is crazy. How all this stuff.
Yeah, regular and tropical, I think, was my jam. Back
Yeah,
in the
tropical, man.
day. Yeah.
I really liked Skittles when I was young.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me about lifesaver gummies. Please.
Yeah, that too.
I can guarantee you that's nothing but corn
All
syrup
sugar.
sludge.
How about Twizzlers? I used
Yeah,
to love
Twizzlers,
Twizzlers.
yeah.
Oh my
Hated
God.
Twizzlers.
I never really
I
liked
like
Twizzlers.
the red ones. I didn't
I
like the
did the
licorice
red
ones.
ones.
Yeah. Never was a fan of Twizzlers.
Not the when they came out, the peel. It was a peel.
The
Twizzler.
pills were a
yeah.
little better. The
No,
pills,
I don't like those.
The pills were
they were a
gross
little
too.
better than the.
Kyle said our Skittles keto. No, too much sugar, man. You can't eat Skittles
No
on
way.
keto.
No.
No.
He knows. That was probably coming at me. I haven't been on keto in forever, bro.
Thank you, Theris, for saying that. She said, please like and share. Yeah, like the video, man. Share this. Yeah, man. But we can leave it there, guys. Nothing else going on.
Pray.
Pray
For the world.
Yeah.
Pray for the world.
This is
Yeah.
Crazy
Oh, we
times.
forgot to pray before we started.
Well, it's all right. God knows He knows what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Um,
And he knows Ultimate Warrior over Hulk Hogan.
God knows that. Let me see if I had anything else.
trying to think.
Oh, did you hear about the emails that showed that Fauci? Oh, let me just play the report here.
Fauci, ouchie.
Come on, boy. You know they, and this is another thing. Like we're not going to hear about this because what's dominating the news right now?
The war.
From
Wars
the very
and
beginning,
wars.
Anthony Fauci knew he was involved with funding this lab, and he did everything possible. It's throughout our government. 8 different agencies in our government are covering up their support for this lab in Wuhan. It's ongoing as we speak. Even though we've had unanimous Congress declassify information, I have classified, unclassified information that's being withheld from me to this day. But we have evidence, yes, that they were dishonest, that Anthony Fauci lied in hearings to me, which is a felony, punishable up to 5 years. We now have emails that show him saying that he knew it was gain of function, that the virus looked manipulated, and that he was worried that this came from the Wuhan lab. February 1st of 2020. Then he spent the last 3 years saying nothing to see here. We also know that there was a safety committee that should have reviewed this, and we know that Anthony Fauci went around the safety committee. The safety committee set up in place to make sure this wouldn't happen, never saw the Wuhan funding because Anthony Fauci allowed the funding to go around the safety committee. This is a bombshell revelation, and this will eventually bring down Anthony Fauci.
Will it? It was not gain of function.
Senator Paul, we don't know
I
what
did
you're
not
talking
change
about.
the language, the
With all
meaning
due
of.
respect, Senator, you do not know what you are talking about.
Look up Wikipedia right now. Gain of function.
Yeah, the definition right now,
Even
which
though
I
I
had them
changed-
change immediately before this hearing. If you look at the current definition,
Don't you know I work for the elites? I can get away with anything.
exactly.
They all can get away with anything. The news media, all
It's
of
so
them.
funny, but it's not funny.
yeah,
But
'Cause
I
that
really
guy is
feel
evil.
everything is going to come out in the light. Everything, little by little.
let's look at this video of the premier of Alberta, Canada. This is like, one of the head
Might as well call them Canada.
Canada. This is an interesting video though, because you know how Canada has been about the unvaccinated.
The community that faced the most restrictions on their freedoms in the last year were those who made a choice not to be vaccinated. I don't think I've ever experienced a situation in my lifetime where a person was fired from their job or not allowed to watch their kids play hockey or not allowed to go visit a loved one in long-term care or hospital or not allowed to go get on a plane to either go across the country to see family or even travel across the border. So they have been the most discriminated against group that I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. That's a pretty extreme level of discrimination that we have seen. I don't take away any of the discrimination that I've seen in those other groups that you mentioned, but this has been an extraordinary time in the last year in particular. And I want people to know that I find that unacceptable, that we are not going to create a segregated society on the basis of a medical choice.
So do we get to sue you now
Right.
for
Yep.
forcing us to do all that? Yeah, now you want to go back and say it's unacceptable? Yeah.
How did you refund the truckers their
Right.
money yet?
Right. Or the people that donated to the truckers
Yeah.
froze all their bank accounts. Yeah.
When did she
Step
say
in the
this?
right direction.
When did she say that?
That was from yesterday, I think.
And aren't they going to bring out another variant soon?
Well,
I don't know. The war's going on, so
Yeah, I think that they're
there's
thinking about it very well because they know people are going to be against it now more than ever.
I'm gonna play this one last video that shows how governments. He basically breaks down how once a government decides that it doesn't need your tax money anymore, it doesn't need you anymore. Doesn't need to please you anymore.
Aside from stealing your life savings and launching depressions, one of the nastier features of paper money is what it does to governments. In short, it transforms them from parasite into predator. This is because the traditional relationship was that government wanted us to be rich, so it could get lots of taxes. But what if the government doesn't need taxes? What if instead it has an in-house money printer, one that can apparently print trillions per year as the Fed did during COVID? At that point, the government doesn't actually need us to be prosperous. It feasts whether or not we starve. It changes us from the natural symbiosis of a parasite to potentially a very nasty predator. We saw this in living color during the pandemic lockdowns. So just imagine in early COVID, some naive bureaucrat who rushes in with a brilliant idea. We shall lock down the economy, which will cut GDP by half, and it'll cut taxes by half. But don't worry, we'll just fire half of the government workers. So that bureaucrat would have a very short career. Instead, of course, they did have an in-house money printer, the Fed, who pumped out the $6 trillion that it took to bribe voters into lockdowns and spend whatever Washington's diseased minds could come up with. Aside from the liberties they took with those trillions, we're now dealing with the aftermath, the inflation, the millions out of the labor force, the trillions of debt, kids who cannot read, half of 20-something Americans now stuck living with their parents, all because they had a money printer. In fact, this is not a new problem. In today's newsletter, I walked through the experience of Song Dynasty China, which is around the 900s to the 1200s. They are famous because they invented paper money, specifically the wood.
Chinese! They invented paper money.
damn it.
Block technique that enabled mass printing, which they quickly turned to money. The Song are otherwise famous for using the resulting inflation to turn one of history's most amazing golden ages into a gutted carcass the Mongol Khans rode to burn half of the world. So what happened? In short, the Song government quickly discovered it could use those block prints to counterfeit unlimited amounts of money, and it turned from taxes to inflation. This broke the traditional Confucian symbiosis between government revenue and public prosperity. As the economy failed, the Song government flooded free money to peasants, what we would now call welfare, and as today, they started wars to distract and excuse their failures, and to ship young men off to die. It lost those wars as previously proud Chinese fled the dying economy to go over and join the invaders. It was, in a word, national suicide. And it only stopped when the victorious Mongols reinstated silver money in the new Yuan dynasty. So back to the present, what's next? Brought to you by Unchained. What's next is we have learned nothing from 1,000 years of failed paper money. Governments are using paper to turn themselves into burdens on the people rather than the benevolent helpers they were supposed to be. Every government fundamentally should want the same thing that its people want: prosperity, low crime, social harmony, peace. Instead, they are today becoming active agents of disruption because they are self-funding. They increasingly seem uninterested whether we succeed or fail, since, after all, they eat either way. At this point, our leaders are accelerating down the road from benign parasite to vicious predator with no end in sight. Read the full article on the Song Dynasty at profsaintange.com.
Again, we talk about the way this country was designed to be set up. No taxation without representation. A government of the people, for the people, by the people. Even him speaking about the government the way it is, it's a separate entity. It's not us anymore. It's a parasite. That's where we're going wrong. You know, like he said, when the Fed was designed and we know our money was no longer backed by gold, man, we were on a course to turned like the idea of income tax. That was all implemented with false pretexts. You know, like they told us it was just to fund the war.
Temporary.
It was supposed to be a temporary measure. You know, property taxes were a thing. And the government is supposed to be funded by our taxes. And the government the government is supposed to be us. We're basically funding our future by paying taxes to the government to keep our infrastructure in place, to keep our borders secure. That's all. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be so that they can create these wars and these military bases and give gender studies to, you know, Pakistan or whatever they're doing.
I think that was another thing that got McCarthy ousted was the conservatives wanted to do a budget, like actual. They haven't passed a budget since like the 90s or something.
Yeah,
it's been continual resolutions and
kicking the can down
omnibus
the road.
spending.
Yeah.
So that was a part of that, getting him out of there while he
Yeah.
got out, because he passed another temporary thing and blah blah blah.
Crazy, man.
Blah blah blah.
That's the problem, man. Our government has become
Bloated.
a predator, like he's saying in this video. Like, and it should have never even been a parasite. That the problem is when we realized the government was a parasite, we did nothing to get rid of that parasite. We let it grow and grow and grow until the parasite became the predator. Because now, first the parasite lives off of you, but then it kills you, and then it's looking for someone else to kill. Alien, bro.
Alien.
Yo.
That's why when Trump
green blob.
when he became president, what did he say? He's gonna give the power
Back to the people. And they couldn't have that.
They couldn't
That's why
handle
they
it.
trying to lock them up. Yeah, man. So we got to do a better job of turning this government around and making it be what it was originally designed to be.
They're supposed to serve us.
It's supposed to be us.
Right. It's supposed to be, and they're taking everything from us.
Kyle said, "What's the solution?"
The solution is to
Eat
vote.
Skittles.
I know you ain't vote, bro.
now
At least
the solution is to pay attention more.
Yeah.
Pay
Understand
attention,
how these
vote,
things work. Don't be distracted. Yeah.
Pray.
Don't be so distracted by the pleasures of life, the mundaneness of the everydayness to just let things happen without us paying attention to it anymore and then complaining about it after the fact. We have to be involved. We have to be aware. We have to be informed on what's going on, what our government is doing, what our local government is doing.
Change it locally, yeah.
Yeah.
And the feeling that your vote doesn't matter, I think, was designed too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't pay attention. This is normal to them. Middle East is in chaos.
Yep.
Now we got another one in Ukraine. Europe's in chaos.
This is a moneymaker.
They dollar signs. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That's back to normal. That's what Joe said. We
Yep.
wanna get back to
Business
normal.
as usual.
Yeah. America's open.
Yep. And now they're we were just talking about this, how in Chicago, you know, they're overwhelmed.
Oh yeah.
the-
New York too.
New York, yeah.
Y'all voted in.
Now now Biden passed the spending to continue the wall.
the
Yeah,
now.
secretly. He didn't
Yeah.
do that.
After all this darn time, come on.
But they're not going to use the material Trump had already paid for.
Yeah.
Right. They
They're
had
going
to
to
get
leave
rid of
that.
that.
They're going to leave that laying there.
Destroy that.
Yeah, because they can't attribute him with anything. So it's a
Or you pay
political
for
game.
it.
And there's the
Yeah.
thing: we're paying taxes to continue this political game. To
for
continue,
them for them to waste that, you know, they could use that same product that they had just sitting there. You know, that's our money. That's our money right in you know, in Gaza right now.
Yeah.
You know, that was left.
there was left in Afghanistan. Yeah.
All that weapon and all that stuff is, I don't know. It's a game, man. You gotta pay attention. You know, and it starts where you live.
Yeah, and it starts with you caring about your family.
Yeah.
It starts with you caring about your community. It starts with you wanting to be an example to the next generation, you know, so that we don't continue to give all of our responsibility and authority over to a government, because that's never what it was designed to do. when you look at the founding fathers, they put things in place that we've allowed slip over time because we wanted comforts.
Yeah.
We gave up our freedoms for things that they offered us. You know, it's that what's the term when the devil gives you a deal? What's that called? It's the Faustian deal, right? Isn't that what it is?
Faustian bargain.
Yeah, where it's like you basically take the deal for something, but you don't realize what you're giving up.
Right.
You know, and we do that all the time. We did that during COVID. You know, a lot of us push back against it, but people are so easily manipulated because they use fear, they use emotion. You know, and that's why we're pushing back against this narrative that's happening right now, because no matter what side you're on, no matter what you believe, if you stand with Israel, like, yeah, I stand with Israel too, but I'm not going to let them emotionally pull me into something that I don't think I believe in. You know what I mean? Which is us being pulled into some kind of war that's a moneymaker for these elites. You know?
Which is why we shouldn't be in Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's not,
and we're totally not paying attention to what's going on here, the things that we need to do here. You know, they're funding, they're sending billions of dollars to these places.
Yep.
Yeah,
unaccountable.
Yeah.
There said, and people over here hungry and on the street use that money to fill the poverty gap.
Yeah.
And how many of them are vets?
Right.
You know.
Yeah. How many places like Flint, Michigan?
Right.
You know, places that need. I mean, that $100 billion that they sent to Ukraine
Could fix that water issue.
It could fix so many things.
Yeah.
In DC.
Yeah. But again, we've allowed our government to totally get out of control, and it's just become like a game now. So
go back to not paying attention, please.
Right. Right.
That's what they want.
Yep.
Nope. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Gotta pay attention, gotta pray, gotta fix it locally.
Yep.
And that's how it was set up.
You gotta
Local
care.
government.
How about that, Kyle? What did he say? What's the solution?
Yeah.
Care.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta
Let's start
care.
with that, because a lot of people don't care, and you were one of those that used to be like, "I don't care." You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
Then the ball keeps spinning.
Yep.
Somebody's got to stop it.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there, man. Thank everyone for watching our first show back after, the tour. We had a great time on tour. Shout out to all the Young Lions and the Patreon members who tuned in tonight and supported us. If you guys want to become a part of the Pride and you want to join in on what we're talking about, you want to become part of the family, we do a lot of stuff. You can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/youngliontv. And for as little as $3 a month, you can sign up. And the Patreon just did a whole revamp of their website. So I'm going to be uploading a lot of exclusive content there, just like short little clips of us just talking to each other from the phone or whatever. I want them to start live streaming there because I want to do some live streams on Patreon. But shout out to y'all that are the Patreon members. But if you want to sign up, patreon.com/youngliontv. You can get our merch in the description and just, rep the pride of the Young Lions. Also, if you want to come to, hey, Kyle, this is a good one for you. Sign up for the men's retreat that we're doing on October 27th in conjunction with the Gathering Place Philly. Shout out to our girl Peace. If you want to be a part of that and you want to get around some men that care about things, you can sign up for that. I think there's only a couple spots left. The registrations are done on Thursday, I think Peace was saying. So if you don't sign up by Thursday, sorry. We're gonna be doing an overnight thing. It's at a camp. And there's going to be cabins, there's going to be food, there's going to be, games and sports. They got all kind of stuff we're going to be doing. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be like a chance for men to kind of talk and go deep on things and care about things. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, you can check out the Gathering Place Philly. They have an event there you can sign up for. And also we're going to be posting it up all for the rest of this month to get people excited about it. But signups are until Thursday. Also, we got a show coming up November 3rd at Steel City in Phoenixville. If you guys want to come see us live.
That is a Friday.
It is a Friday evening.
Phoenixville.
In Phoenixville. It's going to be a fun show. Yeah, looking forward to doing the new music again. And then other than that, that's it, man. Thank you guys for coming and being here. Thanks, Mom, for producing.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you.
She's ready to go.
She's so tired. She was.
I didn't say I was so tired. I just went, huh?
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. See you guys next week. Peace.
Young lion, go live, yeah. Young lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight.